Okay, I got the hole cut in this second coin. Now I'm fixing to clean out the middle a little bit. See all the metal falling out of there. And that smooths up the edges, the inside edges of the coin. Very smooth in the middle now. I also ground off the front edge of this coin. By the edge, I mean the very edge of the coin, right there where my fingernail's rubbing. I ground it down a little bit so it doesn't stick up as far. Down here by the date, it's almost completely ground off, as you can see. It's not consistent from the mint, so it's hard to get a consistent grind, but you can see there's a little bit of edge left right there in front of my fingernail. I got rid of most of it down here. So now I'm fixing to start the bend. Before we can do any bending, we have to anneal it. And that's just a matter of heating it up and getting it glowing red hot. See how red hot that is? I love this little torch. Now we'll go over here and quench it. So now it's been quenched. See how black it is? And we'll go over here and start the bend. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. I ground off those edges so that when I start putting pressure on the coin, it doesn't push those edges down and make ugly marks. So line that up in there nice and straight. Put my cone in top of it. Push down. Oh, good Lord. That's what you wind up with so far. Now we'll take it over here and put it on the ring stretcher, work with it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put it back in the die here and push it one more time with a little bigger cone, and that way it'll put a little more bend on it before I take it to the ring stretcher. You can see it's got a good start to a bend in it, but I think we can do even more with a little bit bigger cone. So hang tight. Not going to push much here, just a little bit. Start feeling some resistance and back off. Now, you can see it's kind of warped out of shape, but I'll fix that here in a minute. But it's folded straighter out now than it was earlier. Now we'll re-anneal it and straighten it some more. Nice and red hot. After you knock a hole in a coin and start looking at it, you see things that don't quite make sense, like these lines under the letters RT right there, B-E-R-T, those funny looking lines. That's the top of Kennedy's head, and that's his hair folded over, combed over. That's the back of his head right there, coming down towards the front of his hair, and that's the part in his hair right there. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. Trying to set my phone up where you can actually see something. That's a ring stretcher right here, and I'm fixing to put the ring on it. Stretch it out, straighten it out. Okay. Quite a bit bigger now. Still a little wobbly, still not straight. We're going to go compress it and stretch it some more and hopefully get that wobble out of there. But after you stretch it, it starts getting work hardened. So now we got to anneal it one more time. Annealing just keeps the metal soft, makes it easier to work with, lessens the chances of breaking the edges. Quench it, cool it off, start again. Okay, this time I'm fixing to I don't know how good that's showing up. Probably not real, but anyway. This time I'm fixing to put a cone in from the top and push down this way and spread it open a little bit on the top like that. Just to open it up a little bit more on top, or on the cut side, I should say. Put a little, I'll put a little of this wax on there so that metal against metal slides a little easier and doesn't make marks and cuts and bruises on the metal. Try to keep it as clean as I can as I go along. All right, I got to take time out and go fix this. Somebody can't weld worth a damn. I hired out a welder to fix this for me, and they sent the same suck-ass welder. Oh well. Ow, it's hot. But at least it'll work now. I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. All right. That kind of straightened up the edges a little more. Now we'll go back over to the ring stretcher, stretch it out just a little more, then start compressing it. Okay, I think my camera fell over. Starting to straighten out pretty good now. Now we're going to start squeezing down on it. In this process, I'll put it in a die like so, and then squeeze it from the top. And since it's in this cone shaped die, it starts rounding the bottom a little bit. Gives it that fat tire look. See how this side's rounded off that way now a little bit? Now we're going to turn it over and do the flared outside. Round it down now. Got a little bit of a wobble in it. This side's shaped like that, and so is this side. So we'll go to the ring stretcher one more time and see if we can stretch it out and then squeeze it back down again. Okay, I squeezed it down one more time, and it's getting better, but it's still a little bit wobbly. See the angle of this side right here? And see how that's more straight across? That's pretty straight across. And then you get back around to this side and it's angled in a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to correct now. Okay, this one may be beyond repair, I don't know. That's about a size 9.5 right now. And this one needs to be about a size 5. So, and it's still a little crooked. So I'm gonna keep working on it, see if I can straighten it out one more time. Okay, after a bunch of more squeezing and compressing, it's finally starting to look a little better. This has got some marks on the outside edge now that I don't like. So I may keep this ring and give it to you, and I may not. But that's still a size 7.5 right there. There's 7 right above the ring. And I got to go to a size 5, so I've got to compress it down a few more times. Let's go over here and see what happens. I think I'll put a cloth underneath it this time to protect it as much as I can. Sorry, oops, sorry again. Phone fell over. Okay, that's getting pretty dang small. Every time I use one of these, it cuts it in half, of course, so I'll have to throw it away. Dig out another one. But that's alright, it helps protect the ring. I don't know, this ring's not looking too swell right now. What I mean is it's still a little crooked, so but you see how small it's getting. I don't know, we'll check it out. Okay, well, it's just about perfect size wise. Just barely get it on my little pinky now. And it's pretty round. It's not bad looking. That's a size 5 right there at the tip of my fingernail. I don't know if you can see that because of the light, but right there at the tip of my fingernail is a size 5. So I need to cut out the inside rim a little bit, and it ought to slide right down to a 5. Okay, well, that, you see 5 right there in the middle of the screen? That's about a 4.5 right there. So I'm fixing to stretch it just a little bit more. And the blue stuff you see is just paper towel, so don't worry about that. But it's looking much more round now. Finally getting there. Got some scratch marks right there I don't like, so we'll see if those come out. If they don't, then we'll start over. Okay, well, getting close, but we got to anneal again. This may turn out to be a practice ring. Ooh, that's red hot. Whoops, that's a magnet. There we go. Wasn't focusing on the ring. Okay, well, I'm going to stop right there for now and start cleaning this thing up a little bit. You see the 4 up here and the 6 down there. Five right in the middle. Flip it over the other way. It stops just shy of the 5. Damn it, it's hard to video with one hand. Yeah. I don't know why this thing doesn't focus on the numbers any better. Anyway, there's a 5 right there where my thumbnail is. And it stops right on top of that 5. There's a 4 and there's a 6. So I'm gonna clean it up and see what it looks like. crapola. Okay, I don't like this ring. Okay, I'm going with that for right now. Dude, I don't know. This ring may be no good. If I can get it to stay put, guess not. Oh. These little rings are just hard to work with. Yeah, if I could get it to stay right there for a second. I think it just, yep, just pushed it right off. Wow, okay. Nope, I ain't liking it. I'm throwing it out and starting over. Better luck tomorrow.